Hello guys, it's me again Aswat. Today I'm going to review Rebel Moon Part 2, The Scar Giver. Here's the poster. Very nice poster. So this is a long awaited movie because I like the first one. Even though not a lot of people like it, but I like the first one. However, I can understand why it's a bad movie. Okay, the reason why I like the first one, they are showing so many different worlds, so different scenario, different background, and it creates a variety. So in film school, you learn that you can do a movie with different setting and to spruce up the film, to make the film better. So the first one, Rebel Moon, did that very well. Okay, however, okay, now we are going to start reviewing part 2. However, Rebel Moon part 2, The Scar Giver, did not perform for me. It wasn't a good movie. You still have the Korra. So the last time we saw this movie, all of the villagers and the warriors have been gathered, and now they are tasked to protect this small village. And the movie just was very different from part 1 because it's very slow and there's only one environment. The same village, the only one village is the focus, and usually that is not a big problem. But the way they did this movie, they don't use common sense. Like, for example, there is this warrior, you can see here, right? This is a warrior that is supposed to be a prince. So when the evil guys come to the village, he fight with axe, with just axes. So it doesn't make any sense. Why would you use axe when you are fighting people with laser guns? So that doesn't make any sense, you know. And the good guys are really not that interesting. Korra is okay. Korra is okay. But the worst is like this general. He really doesn't get to me. I really wasn't confident with him. Note this, the prince with the axe, and worse, this Korean sword fighter lady. Really wasn't interesting people. They are not really interesting people. And another character that's very bad is this robot in the first part 1. Now the robot is wearing antlers, which is such a boring movie. 2 hours, but there's nothing here that is exciting. Like in the first part 1, there's a different background. You know, they go to this planet, that planet. So the change of scenery really adds to the movie. And you can see this in the movie that they copy. They copy Star Wars. Even in Star Wars Part 1, which is a low budget movie, they don't stay in the desert planet. They go to Tatooine, they go to the city, and then they go to the Death Star, and then they go to Yavin. So there's always a travel, you know. They travel to different places. So when you do that, you create variety. Like I say, in film school they teach you this. If you have a bad script, the variety can help you, because then the audience will be stimulated. But if you have one setting and only the wheat field and the village, and then you don't have a good story, then the story will be like very boring, no interesting character. And even the storyline is so bad. And then the weird part is the bad guy, who is superb in the first one, becomes like a nobody in this movie because she already killed him in the first movie, right? So it's not a different. They have a final battle again, and you know the ending will be she will win, of course. So it's a disappointment for me lah, because I like the first one, even though a lot of people say it's a bad script, which is true. Both movies are very bad script, but the first one have more variety in terms of environment. You know, okay, if you don't have a good script, the lesson is always to change the environment, multi environment, so the audience will not get boring. But this one, unfortunately, there's no excitement. That's the problem. Nothing exciting, nothing to stimulate your mind. It's very, what do you call it, very basic and very dull. And then the illogical thing that you don't fight laser with axe, with kapak. You don't do that. And then there are illogical things like, why would a giant spaceship wants to get grain from a small village? Hey, it doesn't make any sense at all. Because and then also because it doesn't make any sense why the villagers stay in this village. They can go away, just leave and escape, you know. And then when the enemy come back, set the trap, the battle happen, and then come back. You know, you don't have to stay there. But the villagers stay here, and a lot of them died, which to me is just a really bad strategy. And that's why I really disappointed with this movie, because it's not like part 1, because there's an element of surprise. But now when you see the whole picture, part 1 and part 2, you realize, oh, it's such a bad plot, uninteresting character. And Korra she still has this innocent face and naive face. I mean, there's no charisma. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It was like watching this is like lifeless, or in Malay they call it tawa. There's no taste to this movie. There's no spice. There's no sweetness. Nothing. So it's very dry and boring. So that's my review for Rebel Moon Part 2. Unfortunately, this movie cost 200 million USD. I don't see it. Maybe the special effect, but such a waste of money. Okay guys, thank you guys for watching. Peace.